Hey guys, we're sat in Sherwood Studios right now. And yeah, I'm sat with Felix. We just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about what we've got coming up and, this project that we've literally just started up. So Felix, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Felix. I'm part of Sherwood Studios. I'm head of content creating and digital marketing here. And I just want to say thank you for the journey so far, I guess. It's fucking sick to be here. Excuse my French. But yeah, I've been here since last November, so almost coming up on a year now. And we've just really wanted to talk to you guys about what we're building and the new series we're starting here with the podcast.
Yeah, so you touched on it there, the podcast. I think we've been talking about it for a while,
Yes.
a long
Yes, we
time
have.
to be
Yes.
fair. But I think we wanted to, because we're both such I wouldn't say perfectionists, but we want to get things right. We want to do it properly. And I think now it's led us to a point where we're happy with
for
what
sure,
we're
for
creating
sure.
and what we're able to put out there. So finally, we're starting a Sherwood Studios podcast, which is really exciting.
Yeah, no, it is honestly, Sherwood's new podcast is going to be for the creators, about the creators, for everything about that, really going into our community, because, we live in Berkshire, and now the first thing that comes into head about Berkshire is not about a creative community where you got, for example, like London, it's a big city where all the creatives go to, it's all synergized, everyone's working together or working against each other, whichever way you want to see it or put it. But I feel like in Berkshire, it's really unrecognised. So I feel like with our podcast, we can really outline the people who are leading that sort of area, and whether it's like music, video, or even art itself, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think we both, when first starting on this journey, I think we were able to identify very early on that we wanted to work with artists along their journey rather than, keeping it super kind of transactional and focused on that side of it. I think we care a lot about the story and why people do what they do, where they got to and how they got there. And I think that, the podcast is a great space. We're sat in the studio right now, it's super comfortable. There's no better place to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no better place to do it at all. I mean, Sherwood Studios is like the actual setup in here is, I love it. Like, people always ask me, why don't you just chill in here 24/7? It's a place to work at the end of the day, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoy it in here. Like, it's fun to be in, and then everyone that's come through has really enjoyed it. They really like the atmosphere, the like absolute chill vibes it gives off. That sounds really cringe saying, but it is true. Like,
yeah. No, I hear that. I think it's important as well to feel comfortable when, doing something like this, doing a podcast or asking someone about their journey. It's really, important that they feel in that kind of creative and safe environment.
absolutely, yeah. Like, you don't want to be interviewing someone and then they've got like people staring at them all in here,
Yeah.
and it's not chill. It could be anywhere and everywhere. But having an environment like this where a creative can come in, tell their story, how's it going, promote some things, anything like that, is really and truly like the best thing possible to give. For sure.
No, definitely. And I think, I said before we were talking about it for a long time and, kind of putting things in motion to get it where it is. Like now, essentially, we've got to a point where I think we're happy with the work that we're doing, and we're in a spot where we can get artists, creatives, of any kind of field in here and just sit down and chat to them. I think, we wanted to do it for ages, so it's nice to finally be able to.
Absolutely. It's a great feeling to be able to do so as well. Like, I don't think you've ever seen a creative space where it's so inviting for other people to come into. Is always that sort of race of who's going to be at the top, who's not. Really not about that. This community we want to create within Berkshire, within Buckinghamshire, within any surrounding area really, is to give that space where people can come in, feel comfortable to talk about what they want to do, feel comfortable about doing what they're doing in terms of creative roles in the industry, and really just push and strive to be the absolute greatest in their field, whatever it may be.
No, absolutely. And we're in a perfect position to be able to provide that. I think that we've obviously been working on Sherwood Studios for the last 12 months, And I think now it's nice to be able to give something back to the community.
For sure, definitely.
Because it's a great community. I mean, I was in Birmingham for uni for 3 years, and then I was in London for a year, and I didn't really anticipate how many creatives there actually were in this area.
Yeah, definitely. I was shocked as well when I first started working here, because obviously I've had some friends, I do have friends that but like are involved in the industry, and it made you really think like how many more people there are out there doing the same thing. There's so many musicians in the area, so many videographers, photographers, artists, in all shapes and forms. You know, it's really great to see. It's really refreshing that an outside area out of London or Manchester, or Birmingham, any of the big cities that have already had that culture ingrained in it. I think it's really great that it's still coming out and it's flourishing elsewhere. I'd love to see where it is in the rest of the country, but for where we are now and for where Sherwood Studios is situated, it's time to focus here for sure.
Definitely. I think it's so interesting because you ask creatives you assume are kind of London based, say, oh, like, where are you from? And they're like, oh yeah, just Berkshire. Like, oh wow, okay. So it's one of those spots where you don't think there's loads of creatives, but when you actually kind of immerse yourself in the community more, you're like, wow, okay, it's a big community. And I think, you know, this journey that we've embarked on now is super exciting because we're planning on speaking to a range of different people, aren't we?
Oh, of course, yeah, definitely. I hope to speak to as many different people as possible, get everyone else's life stories, not life stories, whatever you want to talk about in your life. So it could be your life story.
Yeah,
waffle a bit, but you know what I mean?
No, definitely.
It is enjoyable to see how people have come so far now, not comparing to other people, but it's really good to get different sides of the story, different sides of media, different sides of everything, really. It's really like nice to see that everyone's doing their own thing in their own lane and just being individual in all aspects, really, because it's not bad that people try to do the same thing, but at the same time you got to think what makes you special. If you're just joining the rat race, which is not what we're here about, we're here to, you know, let you flourish in any way, shape or form. It's really nice to see people stepping out their comfort zone and come into an industry where it's hard to be on top, but you put in that work and it will reward you in the future. So it's great to see people come and tell their story like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, when you're in a kind of space where we are, you just want to help, you know, people who may be interested in entering that world or getting some advice. I think we're in a very privileged position to be able to do that. So yeah, you know, this platform, being able to use it for that reason, I think it makes it even better for us and more enjoyable, and we're actually giving something back rather than just, you know, for us. It's for everyone else to enjoy and take lessons from, which is cool.
Absolutely. It is definitely for everyone to enjoy. I hope everyone who is watching this or comes through to Sherwood Studios at any point wants to be part of this journey and enjoy it as much as we are, but for sure it's for everyone to enjoy.
Definitely. And no, you touched on it there. I think, yeah, if you're based locally, Maidenhead or the surrounding areas, anywhere in Berkshire, and you're creative and you want to tell your story, you know, we'd love to have you on. So just get in touch with either me or Felix, and yeah, we'll definitely plan for that to happen. But yeah, is there anything else you'd like to add before we close off?
Closing words. I would definitely say, you know, come be part of the journey. It's worth it. I may have been skeptical in the past when I was first seeing the creative scene, but now being in it and being on it for quite a while now, you know, it's worth the while. It's worth the risk. It's worth the effort, all the time you put in. You may have some long nights, you know, it's all about putting the graft in it and you'll make it. So I definitely would say come through to Sherwood Studios, tell your story, have a listen to other stories, just really be a part of that creative community.
No, definitely, for sure. But thank you for joining me. It's exciting. We're looking forward to welcome some of you guys onto the podcast and yeah, seeing where it goes. So thank you for watching. You know, stay tapped in. And yeah, we're going to be releasing very regularly. So yeah, there'll be a lot of content dropping. So don't worry about that. But yeah, thanks again, guys. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon.